We have the 2014 Chevy Cruze, the LS or LV, LT, whatever version of it is. It's the turbo version. Today we're going to be doing the water pump. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see this, but I was having heater stopped working. My temperature gauge started to fluctuate a little bit high, and you do see it smoking a little bit, but right down in there, that drip, that smoke, and it's like not even a drip, that's like pouring out. I think I had a gasket fail on my water pump. It's coming from right in that area. Everything I've looked up says it's the water pump, so what we're gonna have to do today is get into there, see if, you know, the water pump is out. Maybe it's a bolt loose, maybe it's a, you know, maybe it's something simple as a hose. So we're gonna go ahead and start taking apart everything. Get in there. Easiest way to do it is air duct housing comes off. Once we get this part off, we're just gonna set it aside inside the car. To get inside further, that is a motor mount right here. Same thing as we did last time with the last video we did about changing the belt. We're gonna go ahead and take that motor mount off. So once that motor mount comes off right there, there's these bolts on the side as well that come off to hold that holds that mount on. And then as we continue to move on from there, I don't think there's anything underneath, so I think our pulley here, water pump pulley, has these 3 bolts right there. Those should come off, and then the pulley should just yank right off. And then once we have all that disconnected and everything moved out of the way, our water pump should just be facing up right there. So we should be able to access our water pump and the bolts for that right away. And when we get right there, we should be able to see, hopefully, you know, where a leak is coming from, if there is a leak or anything like that. So let's go ahead and start pulling everything apart. I'm gonna just go ahead and get through this. If you guys need a reference or anything like that, I'll put a link for the timing belt. I'm not sorry, not the timing belt, the serpentine belt. So the serpentine belt right here. So I'll put a video, tag a video for that we did for that. That way you guys can watch the process of taking out the motor mounts and doing everything without having to re-step it through this video. So I'll drop a link there, and I'll pick up on here when we get down to the motor mount coming off. Alright, so we have the belt off, motor mount off, got it safely hoisted up from the bottom. Always want to make sure you support your engine, block of wood and everything. Don't want to damage anything, don't want to dent anything. Now, it's easier to kind of access things, look at things. Next, what we're going to do is, this needs to come off. These 3 bolts should pull right out. Once we get this off, this piece next will come off. But before we take any of like coolant lines or anything like that off of the system, we're gonna go underneath down here, and right on the right here is gonna be the drain for the radiator. So we're gonna go ahead and get that drained. It comes with a attachment for a hose, so we can direct it a little bit better so it's not so much of a mess. I'm gonna put that into a bucket. We're gonna get that drained out really quick, and then as we get that drained out, I'm gonna get set up for this next part, where we're gonna try our best to film everything as we do it instead of explaining and then going back. So let's go ahead, get this drained out, and we'll pick right up.
Getting these loose. These are going what I can hit. Now these we're going to keep track of, because these all get put back a certain way. So, I'll keep the styrofoam we'll use. So go ahead and stick it into it like it comes out. Now I'm not holding down. Down on these, even though I broke all these loose, I'm not just going to gun haul this stuff out. Even that still no matter what, because you never know. If you're ever unsure what you're taking out, always pull up the new pump that you have. As a reference just in case. To see exactly how many bolts you might take out. New pump here. So obviously we're going to take out this one right here. There's one more in the bottom right here. So I've got one right here, and here I'll take out. Alright, so I'm going to loosen this one, so we're going to loosen it before we hit it with the gun. Why? Because it will break, it will cause problems if you aren't careful and try to break these bolts loose. Might be okay. Alright. Let's get in the head now. Take these down up to need to. Should be able to get my stuff. So I'll take the wrong one. Pull right off. Here's our old one. Alright, yeah, so the old one's off. Now what we're going to do, we'll take a razor blade and we'll clean out any of the old gasket that's still on there. We'll use some clean, get all around here where the leak acid's going to settle, and we'll get that all cleaned up, so we'll second look at the gasket things we'll use for that. So you're going to take razor blade or whatever you're going to clean with. Very, very careful not to scrape the surface of this, but you want to get any residue, old gasket, old, whatever is left when you pull it off. Sometimes it's just gunk, build up, things that need to be cleaned off a little bit to make the seal nice. Otherwise, I was running into problems when you put the new one on. If it's not nice and clean, a big debris of old crap. As you can see as I'm doing it, things are flaking right off. You're going to be very careful not to scratch the surface. Cause any unnecessary damage. So we'll change the angle. Make sure you get it nice and good. So most of that's cleaned off. Go ahead and press this like that. Alright. Let's clean it, we're going to clean it off. I'm not going to spray it on that, I'm going to make it anyway, so I'm just going to have to break cleaner on the side. Spray it directly on the rag. Looking clean, looking good. And then the gas they gave us on the alien parts of the rebar. Now this one looks like it's okay. Some type of cardboard, something that's not the greatest gaskets. Go ahead and count it. Yeah, we got again. We're going to put that up, give me 1 second. Make sure I got everything set up in order, and then we're going to film the process of putting it back on, but back together.
So we'll have a gasket. You can always do it any way that you like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up. I got some brake cleaners that I've been hitting the gasket area with, and I'm going to hit it on here. Make sure this is nice and clean. Everything nice and clean. All right. Now it's all nice. With it all nice and done, we're going to take our gasket here. We're going to set it. Now you can go ahead and place it against it and throw some bolts on there. For me, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to take some of my long bolts that I got. Make sure we wipe off anything that could dirty our gasket. We'll go ahead and get some of these started. Alright, so I got 2 bolts going. Let's go ahead and get this set up. Don't tighten anything down yet. Let's make it finger tight up first. Because we're going to go through and make sure all of our bolts are good. And then I'm going to show you guys the proper way of tightening all this down. So let's go ahead and start getting all our bolts placed. Almost lost my camera over. All right. Alright, so we got every bolt placed. I'm gonna pause for a second and make sure everything is set right, and then we're gonna pick back up. All right, so we've got it all set up. So now we're gonna go ahead and line up everything here. Make sure everything is putting in right. Nice. Perfect. This last bolt. We'll put this last fucking bolt in. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this fucking bitch in there. Alright, so let's go ahead. That's not in range. So tired of shit falling. Oh my fucking god, dude. I don't know why this one's being so fucking annoying right here. But it's really annoying right now. Alright, we'll just pick back up.
Alright, we're back, just a little bit later now. There we go. So everything's being tightened down. Again, we'll tighten it down all the way. And then this will tighten some things. Pretty tight. And once it's pretty tight, now we can move in and start setting it down. We've only torqued it down so much, so do remember over-torquing can break the threads, ship the threads. And if that happens, you need to get rid of the hero kit. You can really get that picture back. the wrong way. So we're going to go ahead and pause for a second. I'm going to get this one screwed down. We're going to get this whole spot torqued in. So now with that, I'll put it down. This is going to be this guy. And tighten him down. And these ones should just be about the size of the guy as well. It just kind of came off with good. I'm just going to hit it a little lightly, and then we'll torque it down in a minute. Perfect. So it's the right socket though, because I'm going to torque it. There we go. Now set it down. Perfect, good. Alright, light hits on it. Alright, we're good. Alright. So we got most of our stuff put on. Let's go ahead and start attaching some things. Got this one I just took off recently. Trying to get it in the way. Put that on. This harness can be plugged in right here now. This harness can be plugged in right here. Get a clamp. Go ahead and pause for a second. We'll get the clamp set up on the hose. One second, I'll put that together.
And we're back. Got the clamp already over the hose. We're gonna put the hose over this. And we did just cut this hose, so it's gonna be a little bit of a rough fit. Alright, it's gonna be a real rough fit. See if we can't get this on a little bit better. This is temporary until we buy a new hose for it. Sorry if my face, this was like all up in there. This is quite the challenge. There we go. Slide it right over it. See if we can't get like this without getting in the way. All right. really getting over there now. Now, put that on. Most of its way. Let's go ahead and grip this clamp. There's a certain tool you can use for this. This is so much easier. Alright, so might need to use a better Alright, so you guys got the gist of this part. We're gonna go ahead and cut the video, come back. Alright, so everything just goes back on. Double check to make sure that this is right. I'm pretty sure it's not. So we're gonna double check our manual and make sure that's correct. Pretty sure it's right though. So we've got it mostly set up. Oh, well, you can see down there, but the belt was correct. It goes like this, over, under, and then it goes like this over the belt tensioner. So let's go ahead and tighten this. Put this belt on all the way. That's awesome. All right, we're gonna try it one more time. Broke my socket. Shitty socket. But it goes just like that. And we're gonna go ahead and wrap it around and put it on there and make sure nothing broke, put it on correctly. And we'll pick up. Belt is put on. Everything's coming together. So now, really, we have just the motor mount and the bracket for the motor mounting bracket. Let's go on next. So let's go ahead and All right. Now we're gonna hand tighten everything down. Perfect. Now we can start tightening our bolts down. So I'm going to pause real quick and come back after we push those down to spec, because I need to find my attachments. That's all torqued down. Next is the motor mount itself. Now remember, we put this on. Just keep track of it. So we're gonna pull it up. Now you go down like so. Go ahead and get everyone started. And they start going on like that. So we're going to go ahead, finger tight. Got some crazy neighbor shit going on. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get our correct socket put on. Let's go ahead and get our attachment set up. Again, we're starting everything by hand. You don't want to mess the threads up, interlock threads. And everything's hand tightened now. I didn't really tighten anything. I kind of stop right as it gets to there, making sure everything's kind of going down evenly. Alright, so now I'm going to pull out my torque wrench and we get this all torqued down. And when that almost covers it, we're going to put the air box back on. That should be about it.